Today marks an important moment in Counter-Strike's development. The chicken models have been given an HD makeover, and I think we can all agree they needed one. But Valve are generous, and they gave us 5 different colours of chickens. They now come in tan, in black, in white, in black with a white head, and in white with a tan head. Though there's no tan with a black head. Let's dive deep into these models and see how they compare with before. Starting with the raw stats, the old chicken had 2,870 polygons. The new one has 6,857, making it 2.4 times better. The texture improvement is an even bigger leap, putting the game in good stead for the next decade or so. Even the flat texture of the old one shows its obvious limitations. It was never going to look good, being that low res and blurry. I was actually surprised to discover that the old chicken bothered with a normal map layer, which is there to give the illusion of detailed 3D lit bumps and stuff. But I never noticed that in practice because it looked that bad. Now we'll move on to the new one. Its texture size has gone from 256 squared to 1024 squared. That's 16 times more detail. But I think it's even better than that, since the original has a lot of wasted space, while the newer one covers more of the available space. It even has enough space for lots of individual looking feathers, whereas the old one only contained 2 of these, which I think was used as 2D items to line the edges of the wings. The new chicken texture contains different patterns for either side of its body, which will mean that its definition won't be as good as it could have been, but that's been traded in exchange for a more natural, scruffy, asymmetric appearance. It's hard to find any way in which the new one is worse than the old, apart from the way the face looks on this flat texture. This is nightmare fuel. Looks like something out of Alien. And here's the normal map for it, which, on top of being clearer, is also deeper looking, which should help to make the new model appear even more highly detailed than its superior poly count and texture size may suggest. Yes, I know what you're thinking, no need to keep going on about it. God, you're insufferable. The question you're no doubt asking yourself is this new texture a new texture, or have they just upscaled the old one? I upscaled the old one to find out. Here it is upscaled. And here is the new texture. Upscaled, new. I think it's safe to say that they made the new one from scratch. Both the new and old design have that cool wobbly technology on their comb and wattle. Much to my surprise, I think the new one is less wobbly than the old one was. Only the front and back of its comb now wobble, though it still has spectacular wattles. He's impressive enough when he's going about his normal business, but when I shake him around, he gets excited. Very excited indeed. According to my own research, I can confirm that the wattle does indeed wobble about all over the place. Valve has done excellent research in this department. They both contained the same list of animations, even the bunny hopping one, which I think was used a few Easters ago when the chickens temporarily got those little bunny ears. So I don't think their animations have changed, though you can see how they appear side by side just here. All these new models are given the name Catalan, which refers to the breed of chicken they're based upon. According to Wikipedia, they're a Spanish breed, kept for eggs and meat. My first impression when I saw these new models was that they look more male than they did before, which would make them roosters and not hens. And I wish I hadn't had this thought because it led to me spending most of today researching cockpits online. I visited a local farm and found this bad boy here. In real life, it turns out that if you look away from them and they attack you in the back of your legs, then they're male. But it doesn't seem to work quite the same in Counter-Strike. I even asked a vet, but apparently they don't count as small animals, so she wasn't able to help me. So I'm sad to say that I still don't know which gender these things are. Compared with hens, roosters look angrier and have bigger, redder, wobbly bits and more impressive tail plumage than the hens do, which compared to the older chicken model, these new ones certainly do. But compared with real-life pictures, the front end looks more like a male, but the back end more like a female. Hopefully a chicken expert can come along and settle this for me once and for all. I must admit, I'm unfamiliar with chicken breeds and the colour finishes they can come in, though I'm excited by these new colour variations. And I hope that Valve is open to the idea of introducing even more varieties of chickens as time goes on. Maybe they could even introduce unlockables so that you could have your own personalised pet. They could call it the egg case.